Hello guys, again, this is a super fast recap about the measures of central tendency. Okay, measure of central tendency. First, what is this? Well, basically, we have three measures of central tendency: the mean, median, and mode, and they describe what is happening in the center or the average of the set data. Okay, so it's a way to describe what is happening in the center of the data that we have collected. So again, we have only three: mean, median, mode. Okay, in my opinion, the easiest one is the mode. What is the mode? The mode is the most repetitive item. Okay, the most repetitive opinion, the most repetitive number, the most repetitive color. It depends on the variable. For example, here we have find the mode, and then we have these numbers. This is something quantitative, okay, because we have numbers 4, 7, 3, 3, 1. Okay, so we need to check what is the most repetitive number. In this case, easy peasy. We have the number 7 repeated 3 times. Okay, and this is important because the number of repetitions is the frequency. Okay, so always frequency is the number of repetitions, always. Okay, so we can say here the number 7 is repeated 3 times, so its frequency is 3. Because this reason, this is the mode. Then sometimes we can have a special situation. If we have these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have to find the mode. Here you need to be careful because using these numbers there is no mode, okay, because each number is repeated once. Okay, so we can say there is no mode. Okay, something that is a little tricky. Okay, there are some students that they say something like this: the mode is 0. Why 0? Pay attention. Here, if you say here the mode is 0, you are telling that the 0 is the most repetitive number, and here we don't have any zeros. So the correct answer here would be there is no mode. Okay, so there is no mode. Then what happens when we have something like this: 1, 1, 4, 4, 3, 5, 6. Okay, using these numbers, what is the mode? Look at this. In this situation, we have two numbers. The number 1 and the number 4, they are repeated 2 times each. So here we can say that this is bimodal. Bimodal. This means in this set we have 2 modes. So we have to say the mode is going to be 1 and 4, and this is bimodal. Okay, that's it. Then remember, if you remember, when we are talking about quantitative data, we can have discrete or continuous. When we have something continuous, for example, the time is always continuous. Okay, we have something very special. We have to use something called a group data table. What is the meaning of this? Because we have time and it's something that we can measure, we are going to use intervals or ranges to represent this data set. For example, here we can say from, let me zoom in, if we have ages using number of years, we can say, okay, we have between 13 and 14 years. Okay, we have 2 people. Remember, frequency is the number of repetitions. That's it. number of repetitions. So if we have a group frequency table, now the mode becomes model class. Okay, it's a new name, model class. So when we have find the model class, basically it's find the mode, but now you have continuous data. Okay, so always that you have continuous, this means that we need to check the interval or range. So what would be the model class? The most repetitive one. How can we know this? Well, because remember, the frequency is the number of repetitions, so the highest number here of repetitions is going to be 10. So we can say the model class is the range or the interval between 16 and 17 years, because it's repeated 10 times. Okay, that is the model class. Remember, we have continuous, like time, weight, something that we can measure, for example, temperature. Then, this is a different example. We can use frequency tables to identify the mode super easy. Again, the frequency is the number of repetitions. So if we have here, find the model number of hats. So this table represents the people that they have a hat. So 0 hats is repeated 3 times, 1 hat 7 times. So if we want to find the mode, we can check again what is the highest frequency, in this case 7. So pay attention, we can say the mode is 1 hat. Okay, to have 1 hat because it's repeated 7 times, and that's it.